Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be comparing rabbit farming with other livestock farming. We're going to be focusing especially on the chicken because we see that most of the people, if they are not doing rabbits, they are either doing chicken, and some people also who want to quit rabbit farming for reasons best known to them, they are planning probably to switch to chicken. The first reason why we chose rabbit farming over other livestock farming is the rate of productivity. Guys, like the saying goes, breed like rabbits. These animals can really breed, and there's nothing that breeds more than them. A rabbit is able to give birth 12 times in a year because the gestation period of a rabbit is only 30 days. However, we advise that if you are into commercial rabbit farming, you need to run a controlled breeding program which allows your rabbit only give birth 6 times in a year. Even with these few times in a year, you will still be making a lot of money from your rabbit. Now, on average, a rabbit will give birth to 6 bunnies every time it litters, though a rabbit is able to give birth up to 12 bunnies. For us, the record holder on our farm is a silver martin rabbit which gave birth to 11 bunnies, and it grew them up to maturity. So this is a good thing with bunnies. Now let's say your rabbit gives birth to 6 bunnies times 6. Those are about 36 bunnies. For us, we sell a rabbit at 2.5 months at 40,000 Ugandan shillings. If you sell these 36 bunnies at 40,000 Ugandan shillings, you're going to get roughly about 1.4 million Ugandan shillings, which is an equivalent of about 380 US dollars. Guys, you see how much you can get from a single rabbit in a year. For us, we run a 30 door breeding system. So we have 30 breeding mothers. So just imagine how much we get from 30 breeding mothers in a year. Rabbit farming, you can do it in a small space. Rabbit farming doesn't require a huge amount of space, unlike chicken. For you to have layers that make a financial sense, you need to have about 2,000 laying birds, and these you can't keep in a small space. But for rabbits, you know that rabbits, you keep them in cages, and these cages you can just put it in your veranda, you can put it in your garage, and they don't consume that much space. So it's quite easy for you to start rearing rabbits than for you to start rearing chicken. Even the startup cost for raising chickens is going to be high, because for chickens you're going to need a structure. Okay, you're going to need a full-fledged structure that has a roof, and it's big enough, unlike the rabbits which you just put a small cage outside in your compound. You put a small cage in your backyard, in your garage, and just raise your rabbits there. And also the feeding cost for chicken. You know that chicken, you have to depend on commercial feed all the time. Okay, if you run short of the commercial feed and you just feed anything to your chicken, they will stop giving you eggs, which is not the case with rabbits. If you're short on hay, you're short on pellet, you just move to your backyard and just cut grass, put it on the sunshine to wilt a little bit, and serve to your rabbit, and they will be fine. Nothing is going to happen to them. The other thing is going to still on the startup cost is going to be that the cost of you raising a chicken from the day old to 6 months for you to be able to get your first egg to drop, you're going to spend a lot of money. Yet a rabbit is going to be ready for slaughter or even to give birth in about 5 months. Okay, though we recommend that you wait until it is 6 months for breeding, but at 4 months you're able to sell this rabbit already. For us, we even sell starting at 2.5 months. So you're going to find that with rabbits, your return on investment is going to be realized quite faster than you can realize your return on investment if you're doing goats, if you're doing cows, which give birth once a year, if you're doing chicken, which you have to wait for 6 months for the first egg to drop. So let's do simple math, okay? You know that a chicken lays one egg per day. That's if you're getting 100% production, which is nearly impossible. But let's assume you're getting an egg every day from your layer chicken, which has grown up to 6 months and has started laying eggs. So your chicken is going to lay 75 eggs in 2.5 months. Okay, for us here, the price of an egg is 500 Ugandan shillings. So if you get your 75 eggs times 500 Ugandan shillings, you get 37,500 Ugandan shillings, which is roughly about 10 US dollars. That's in 2.5 months. And now a rabbit will give birth to an average of about 6 bunnies. And if you grow these bunnies to 2.5 months, you're going to sell each bunny at 40,000 Ugandan shillings. So 40,000 Ugandan shillings times 6 is going to give you around 240,000 Ugandan shillings, which is about 63 US dollars. So now you see how much you get from a single rabbit and how much you get from the chicken in the same period of time. Now, the other important aspect is rabbits do not make noise. Guys, especially if you're going to do this at your home, you want to have an animal that is going to give you time to relax without having an interruption of the noise. And rabbits, I think, get an edge when it comes to this. Because for us, when you come here on the farm, before you go to enter the farm, you can't really know that we are having over 300 rabbits here. So that is very important for your neighbors, because you don't want to interfere with resting time for your neighbors, even for yourself, because you don't want to be there when it reaches a time and you don't really want to stay at your home because of the noise. So I think that's one important aspect that you should consider. And also, you should be looking at the manure. The manure for the rabbit is a cold manure. It doesn't require any decomposing before you can apply it directly on your crops, which also is a plus, because for chicken manure, you have to first pile it up and that decomposes before you can apply it to your crops. If you do it direct, it can actually kill them. So that's another plus. And also, the rabbit manure and the urine are on high demand because partly of this reason which we have discussed, but because also the rabbit urine is used as a pesticide. And people are now growing organic foods and they have interest in buying it. The other advantage of rabbit is when it comes to meat. The rabbit meat has a high meat to bone ratio. It means you have more edible meat on a rabbit than you can find on a chicken, basically on any other animal. When you slaughter a rabbit, you're going to eat a lot of meat compared to the bones that you're going to get from that particular rabbit. I believe, which is also very important, because the feeds which you give to the rabbit are converted into muscles better than the feeds which you give to the chicken, even when you give the same amount. I think that is also key. And finally, it's going to come to the price. Okay, if you're into this to sell, and of course, for us here, we discuss rabbit farming as a business. So basically, you're going to be in it to make money from it. You're going to make more money selling rabbit. It's very easy for you to sell a rabbit at 120,000 Ugandan shillings, which we have done here on the farm, but you cannot find a chicken to sell at that much. Of course, unless you're having ornamental birds, of course, and also those have their issues, limited market for them, just a few people who are interested in rearing those, but though they are beautiful animals to and beautiful birds to have. But you're going to find that a rabbit, even a kilo of rabbit meat, you're going to find that it is highly priced than that of a chicken. That should be of interest to you, to tell you that when you're raising these rabbits, you're going to get more money from them than if you're rearing any other livestock. If you've watched this video this far, guys, please consider subscribing to the channel, turn on the notification bell so that when we release the next video, you are notified to come and watch. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.